I never quit. I never give up. I had an interview and then I did the orientation, and then before I know it, I was on the truck. And I'm to the gym. Then I'm to the gym working out, or I'm playing basketball. That's what my week looked like, or I'm training my son into basketball. So incorporate a little bit of me in him, and still let him be himself. Pretty much a day is like sometimes picking up regulars in a pretty much wheelchair. So I'm a wheelchair ambulette. So pretty much a day will be like picking up there's one patient that I got, like sometimes like sometimes he's out of it sometimes, but then he knows who I am just by looking at me. So because I pick him up every day, I pick him up pretty much 3 times a week, so he'll recognize me, but he wouldn't like know me, know my name or anything, but he'll recognize me. So I get joy in doing it. So like I tell people, I'm a people person. So I don't mind, I don't mind this job because I love to conversate with people. If we're talking about employee to employee, I feel like we need to always conversate with each other, because we got to work with each other, regardless if we see each other or not see each other. We'll see each other on the road at some point. I feel that it'll be a weird energy, like for anybody to just pass each other by and we don't say nothing to each other. I don't know if anybody else feel that way, but then that's how I feel. The thing is, like, always wanted to be an EMT or paramedic when I was younger. So I did go to some college for it, but then when I was younger, I never took it serious. So as I got older, more mature, then I was able to come back to this, and then eventually take the class at Premier, pass the class, and try to get through, be an EMT or paramedic that way. And the teachers was cool. Like I learned a lot from them. I would say they do. Yep. And because like even when they send us patients, information, like they send us the condition of the patient. So I sometimes have to sometimes I read it and then I have to look it up sometimes just to see, what is that disease they got, or what type of, what they going through, because eventually, like when I jump into the EMT, when I become an EMT, then I'm gonna have to learn that anyway. So, you know, being an ambulette pretty much taught me a lot, when I cross over finally, when I eventually cross over. I would make sure that I'm pretty thorough at what I show them, because and make sure that they got it before they go off on their own, because a lot of people get nervous, doing this, but then it's like eventually, like when you train a little bit, and plus with me, I'm a pretty chill guy to be with, so I'm not gonna like chop your. I'm not gonna hurt you, or I'm not gonna yell at you. I'm not gonna do none of that. I'm gonna just, like if you are doing it wrong, I'll just show you a better way to do it. Relaxing for me is is sometimes not relaxing, because sometimes I go home, I probably take a small nap, then I'm to the gym. Then I'm to the gym working out, or I'm playing basketball. That's what my week looked like, or I'm training my son into basketball. So either way it goes, I'm always busy. I mean, I feel is great because growing up, because I'm a basketball player, so I always loved basketball, always loved football. I was pretty fast when I was younger, and now he's the opposite of what I am. Like he's not very fast and nothing like that, but at the same time, he's a big boy though. So the thing is, I'm trying to incorporate a little bit of me in him, and still let him be himself. You know, I feel it's working well for me. Like it's I'm pretty good at balancing, and keeping keeping things well, keeping my work and my, home life separate at the same time, but at the same, keeping them both of them is important to me. So, okay. Um, I was saying, I used to work at the airport, a while back, and one of my coworkers, he left there to come to Donald Martens, and he was like me and him stayed in touch. So he was just saying how cool it was working here, and he was saying like it was like even with the pay and everything else, and I'm like, and he tried to get me to come over a long time ago, but I ain't never listened because I was already satisfied where I was working at the airport. So but eventually years years passed. Now now that I was looking online because, at the time I was like, okay, let me see if I can get right back into at least getting close to being a, EMT. So was looking online and then this popped up and I just called them. I called them and then they told me to come on down and they gave me interview right there. They gave me, I had an interview and then I did the orientation and then before I know it, I was on the truck. But I had to take the class, the CPR classes and be certified. If this is your passion to do, like if you was trying to get in some way of being an EMT or paramedic, this would probably be the way to go. Come through, get some experience doing ambulette first and then see how you like it. And then if you like that, then take the classes here. And then eventually, I feel, because I feel you gotta test yourself with the ambulance first just to see how you will like, patients, traveling, going to patients' houses and picking up patients and stuff like that before you get to um the reason I would say to keep going is first off better pay. The pay gets better. And plus like I said, if you had a passion and desire to what I would say, take care of take care of a patient or have that passion to help people. Pretty did I will have like a automatic I will have an automatic wheelchair installed in there where you can actually like the wheelchair can automatically slide out and then it could slide out and then you don't have to keep on bringing the wheelchair in and out. Like you can slide it out and then you can it'll you can just press a button and then it just comes out on its own and then comes down and you can still be sitting right there in the truck as it comes down, because sometimes you got to go outside and push a little, you got to push a little button for it to come down. But then if you already have one that can automatically do that, then I feel like it'll help out a lot. It will help out. Like some louder music. The music can be better. Plus it's streaming now. Like people like it ain't no CD players, no tape players, none of that stuff. Like just have everything computerized, like a whole little computer system, where you can just have your music loaded up on there automatically and lights in the back, however the patients like it. Like if you want the lights dim, if you want the lights, if you want the lights different colors, ain't nothing wrong with that, right? Different colored lights, what I'm saying? I like all different types of music. I like jazz. I like a little soft rock. I like classical music. I like gospel music. I'm I'm versatile on music. Like I can listen to anything. Like it's still I'll say more better technology as far as diagnosing a patient or diagnosing people, period. Because I know the technology is getting better, but then at the same time, I feel like even with EMTs and paramedics, I feel that we also need better ways to see what's going on with a patient without trying to guess. You know what I'm saying? Like if you have some type of computer that you can pretty much like hook up to them like a X-ray, automatic X-ray. Well, like I was saying, if it was something that we can actually like pinpoint the problem, before we transport them to the hospital, then that would be very helpful because then that people can act quicker on getting to the problem. Even when they arrive at the hospital, like people can act quicker on fixing the problem. If they knew exactly what the problem is. So that's what I'm like. If